Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Welcome to Learners Podcast. Today we are going to start a new training, that is the programming for the non-IT professionals. Well, this training is part of our training on the data science. Being the first session, I am going to discuss few basic questions regarding this training. The question that may generally comes in the mind of the learner. It is about the training, the purpose of this training, and who will be getting the benefit from this training, and what would be the training methodology. Well, the purpose of this training is to develop the programming capability among the non-IT professionals regarding the data science. When I say the non-IT professionals, I mean to say all those professionals, the people who belong to different professions, for which the degree in the computer science is not necessary, not required. Okay, they may exist in any field of studies or any field of profession. It may belongs to medicine, it may belongs to business, it may belongs to sociology or psychology, any area. And these are the people who are basically lacking in a way. They are not the experts of the computers. The expertise which is specifically required for the data scientists, they are lacking in that. And it is assumed also that this data science or the big data and all these things, this is something related to the people who belong to the computer science field. This is not true. Data science is nowadays a requirement of all types of professions, all types of industries. So the people in these professions, they need to have the programming capability, being an essential skill required for the data scientist. There are different types of skills which are required by the data scientist. Programming skill is one of those. Well, the data science is basically the science of the big data. And this is the 21st century reality. So we can say the data science is the science of the 21st century. So when we talk about the big data is basically, it is the data, but which is big in size, big in volume. Okay, it is a huge in volume. And it is growing. It's growing in its size, in its volume. And not only it is growing with the high speed. And it is impossible for any, you can say, existing hardware and the software technologies or existing data management tools to handle that data. This is so big. So big data is basically a data about anything that we may come across. It is a massive amount of the data which is available in different forms in the organizations. It may be in the text form, it may be in the images form, it may be in the audios or the videos, or in any shape. This big data comes in various ways. It may come from our business transactions. It may come you can say from the customers' records from the shops. It may come from the medical records. It is existed in terms of you can say it is present in the internet in the form of the users' data, in the social media, in the research. Either it is the information about the, you can say, banking transaction, about the population, about the health. It is information about the, you can say, the traffic, information about the weather, information about the human beings, people around the world. It is the information about the animals, about the species on the earth and under the sea. Or it may include the information about the space, about the galaxies. Okay, in the factories, everywhere that this data, these are the sources of the big data. So both in the structured and unstructured form. The Facebooks, the number of the people who are using the Facebooks on a daily basis, the people who are using the YouTube, the people who are accessing the Amazon, working with the Amazon. These all companies are having the ample of information, which is not only big in size, this is also, you can say, of various types. It has got the velocity, it has got the volume, it has got the variety. Okay? So it is not possible for existing methodologies or existing, you can say, the technologies to process this data or to use this data for the benefit, for their benefits. So big data is used in the healthcare, in the law, sports, education, communication, banking and financial sector, business sector, in the farming, in the government, in the engineering, in research and development, in space exploration, sea exploration. So everywhere it is required. Nowadays, on a daily basis, the information that we are getting, you can say a real-time information about the COVID-19 situation around the world, that is an example of the big data, use of the big data. When you talk about the size of this data, it is in the quintillions, billions of bytes. According to a report around by 2025, would be the world's data would be around 163 zettabytes. So for those who are not familiar with these terms, like kilobyte is 10 raised to power 3 bytes, that is 1000 bytes. Megabytes are the 1 million bytes. Okay. Gigabytes are the 1 billion bytes, 1,000th of the gigabytes of the megabytes. 1 terabytes are the 1,000th of the gigabytes. Petabytes is 1,000 terabytes. Similarly, the exabytes and zettabytes and the yottabytes. So we are talking about the billions of bytes. This is so big that the size of this data, and it is not existed at one place. It is placed all around the world, in the form of the cloud, in the form of the computers, and everywhere in the organizations' databases and everywhere. So new technologies are required, new knowledge areas are required, new theories are required, for which the data scientists are required. But not only able to handle this data, they can extract the information from this data, they can find the new ways of getting this data. So that is why the demand for the data scientists is on the rise. So we need the data scientists who are the researchers from all these fields, who are able not only to, use that data there, but also they can extract the useful information related to their field from this data. Basically, the popularity of this word, the big data and the data science, which has emerged in the recent years, is basically based on the demand of the data analysts around the world. Based on the data scientists around the world. Companies need these people. They are not just in hundreds and thousands, they are in millions. And day by day, their demand is on the increase. That is a science or the knowledge area of the future. As the technology is, you can say, is developing, our human ability of accessing and collecting this data is also increasing. But that capability is also asking for new technologies, new models, new theories that can help the people, that can help these companies to use this data, to extract the information from this data for their benefits. Okay, so this is where the demand of the data scientist has been raised. It is on the rise. Every country of the world need the data scientist. So this basically based on this demand, our Learners podcast has initiated trainings on the basic knowledge areas which are required for the data scientist. For the research, we have already initiated the series with the title Interdisciplinary Research. But on the computers, being another essential skill required for the data scientist, we are starting this series. Okay, so who is the data scientist? Data scientist is basically a scientist whose core job is to develop the knowledge, develop or add into the existing knowledge, and also he need to find the ways to get that knowledge. These are the same like other scientists. Data scientists also perform the same thing. But specifically, the data scientist is the one who is dealing with the big data. Okay, as we know that for the big data to handle properly, existing methodologies or existing tools are not sufficient. We need to have the advanced tools. We need to have the advanced methodologies. Okay. Similarly, for the scientist, for being a big data scientist or the one who is handling the big data, you need to have some additional and some advanced skills as well. If you can see from this slide, so for a data scientist to explore the data and to extract the information from this big data, he should have the knowledge about these three things. He should have the expertise, okay, about these things, about these three areas. If he is lacking any of these, his performance would be compromised. So for the data scientist, a data scientist is number one, he is a data analyst. He has the ability to analyze the data. He has the applied knowledge of the statistics. He has the applied knowledge of the mathematics and the applied knowledge about the research methodologies, including the research tools. So after possessing this information, one can not only, can work as a data analyst, he can perform the data analytics. So this is one skill required for the data scientist. Another second important skill is his operating ability. When operating abilities mean his ability to use the computers, ability to use the different software tools. Okay, and not only tools, plus also ability to design write the programs and all these things. So that is purely related to the not only the computer literacy, plus also the computer programming ability. Programming abilities mean the word that you have heard, that like Python for the data scientists, we say the most popular languages are the Python and the R that are being used these days. One should have the ability to program the computer. He should have the programming ability. He should know what are the programming skills. Okay, and next one is the database programming. And database programming is basically this is a kind of the programming which is specifically used to extract the information from the databases, from the big, you can say, the repositories of the data, okay, which we say the database. Okay, by using these are the database programming. We need to learn to how to retrieve the data, how to append the data, how to sort the data, how to perform the different database operations on that data. So that is another ability. So this is called the operating abilities of the data scientist. All right. These abilities are also related to the data analytics as well in a way. Okay, because when we say that he will use the tool, so definitely he will be also having this ability. So these are the very essential abilities. And third one is another advanced ability that is required, that is a machine learning ability. Okay, machine learning means basically the programmers or these data scientists, they have to write the algorithms, they have to write the programs, okay, to make the predictions about the data, about something. When you say you need to explore the data, It's mean the data about which you don't know anything. You need to you need to give your machine or the computer the capability so that it can explore, it can extract the information for you. Okay, so you need to write some additional program. We take the knowledge area, or the is used here is the artificial intelligence. We need to make these machine are intelligent machines. These intelligent machine will then work for you. Okay, there is a confusion in the mind of the I mean to say the a general confusion is there, that people think that this data analytics and this machine learning or computer, or you can say the data scientist, is related to the computer science. This is related to the field that is for those who have done the kind of the degree, has got the qualification in the computer science. That is not true. As the data science is required in all the fields, so same with the data scientists are also required in the different fields. These computer scientists are only the experts of the computers. They might not be the researchers, they might not be the mathematicians, they may not be the statisticians. Even for the computer scientists to become the data scientist, they have to learn these skills. And plus the skills of that profession as well. Like someone is doing I mean to say, in some banking industry, the data scientist, if he is a programmer, he has also have the knowledge about the banking industry as well. And if someone is a sociologist, he should have the knowledge about the sociology. So this is not true that a computer scientist or the data scientist. Everyone can become the data scientist. Yes, computer scientists, no doubt, they are the experts of the computer. They have learned the computers from the different angles, different ways. I mean to say they have the overall grip on the subject as well. Another confusion might arise that all these things are very difficult for the non-IT, you can say, the professionals. Yes, this is true. This is not an easy task to say. I mean, it's not a piece of cake that somebody can become a data scientist, and that is the reason I myself have observed this thing. Many of the people who are from the non-IT particularly, and even the IT background, they are, I found them, they start with the interest, they start learning about the data science, but in a way I found them confused, I have found them stuck in some way, I have found them struggling just because of this reason. Okay, they are good in one area, but they are lacking in other areas. Suppose if you send someone to explore to something under the water in the sea, so you hire a diver and you send that diver under the sea, and he brings the information for you. On the basis of that information, you decide, and then you again send him. In place of doing that, why don't if the one who is exploring that thing, he himself become the diver, and then he extract the information. He is in a better position. So same is the case here in the data science. And second thing, the good thing is you don't need to have the advanced capabilities in these things, very, very much advanced. You need to be you need to have the doctorate in the statistics. I'm not saying you need to have the doctorate in the mathematics. You need to have the applied level of information, applied level of statistics and mathematics and all these things. So the purpose of our learners podcast is basically to provide to develop those basic skills among the, you can say, the learners, among the professionals, so that in such a in a easy and understandable way, so that they can have develop those basic capabilities, and after that they can move into their fields, okay, towards the data science and using the big data. So basically we are kind of, you can say, we are providing the assistance, we are providing the help to these professionals so that they develop their basic skills. Okay, I remember I myself when I've learned the Python in 2017, and it hardly took me 2 hours to complete all this. I just cover all the programming in there. It doesn't mean that I've learned the Python programming, in 2 hours. I already knew the programming. Okay, I had the programming skills. Okay, but all I learned is the syntax of the Python, the methods they have used. The functions they have, the libraries they have. Okay, so it only took me 2 hours. So same is the case with you. My purpose here is to develop the programming skills in you. Okay, it is a procedural level, it is a database programming, or it is a object-oriented programming. And after with those basic programming capabilities, when you will learn the Python, when you will learn the R, okay, that would not be difficult for you. Even by the time you complete this session, might be another language comes in the field, might be some other Python plus. What would you do? Then you the problem is these, like if someone is saying that he is learning Java, he is learning C++, that is not a right way. That is a tool. That is a, I mean to say, one approach of learning something. Okay. So this is the thing. So my perspective is basically to develop our perspective is to develop the programming capabilities. Okay. So what are those? I'm going to tell you after this. Okay. So summarizing this, for a data scientist, one should have the data analytics abilities. One should have the abilities about the object-oriented programming and the web programming, and the one can have the abilities to use the SQL language or the database programming, and he can perform the machine learnings. What skills are being targeted in this training? Number one is the programming logic. That I say, when I say the programming abilities, that is technical word is the programming logic. The logic that need to be developed, the programming, thinking like a programmer. For thinking like a programmer, you should have the programming logic ability. Okay, that is basically our core purpose of, you can say, in this training. You're going to learn the programming skills. You're going to develop the programming logic. Okay, when we learn the programming, the path that I will follow, I will first the basic programming, I mean to say the skills, basic programming capabilities. I will be using the procedural programming, and for the advanced, I will be using the object-oriented programming. So generally, you can say there are the two types of, you can say, two components of the programming. One is the procedural component, and another is the object-oriented component. These two are different from each other. And it is necessary for a programmer, or for the one who has got the programming abilities, he should have the abilities to learn the programming procedures, procedural programming, and also the object-oriented programming. So for the procedural programming, I will be using the C++, okay, and that is very much the object-oriented programming as well. C++ is the, you can say, all the modern languages. Either it is a Python, either it is a Java, it is, you can say, the like PHP or the Oracle, all are written in the C++. And all the modern programs are being designed in it, because this is very much, you can say, the efficient language. And this is that is why all the modern languages have the style and the syntax similar to that of the C++. The C++ is the mother of all the modern languages. Okay, so we will be learning C++. Initially, we'll start from this, and also we will be covering this part, object-oriented programming, in the C++. And with this capability, after getting this capability, we will move into the Python. This is what the methodology that I am going to adopt. Okay. So in this training, my methodology would be live demonstration here on the screen. I will be running every program. I will type every program in front of you, and I will run that program. And related to that program, I will provide you the assignment in the form of the programming exercises. And there will be the discussion forum for you. You can have the discussion. You may ask the question and all these things. So this is what my methodology would be for this training. So summarizing what we have learned today, we have learned what is this training about, and who are the target learners, and what is the data science. We have just discussed a little bit about the data science and about the data scientist, and what are the skills, I mean to say, primary skills which are required for the data scientist. So I hope today's session would be a fruitful one for you, and it has helped you to understand, I mean to say, how we are going to learn and what we are going to get in this training. So that's it. That is the end of today's session. So if you have any question, if you have any comment regarding this, so you can write your comments. Okay. So thank you very much. Please subscribe, share, and like this session, so that all the latest update about this training can reach you. Thank you very much. Awesome.